like I said, this is the Nigerian map. So I want to split it based on zone UTM zone 31 or zone 32. So what I'm going to do is this. This is it here. So Nigeria is divided into zone by degree, that is from 3 to 12. That is how it is divided. So if you click on this point here, because I want to use this point to divide it straightly, so I am going to type 3 and I'm going to type 3 here. Then I'll flash it to show you where it is located. You see this is here, but Nigeria is at 6 degree. That is 6. Nigeria is divided into 3, into UTM zone 31, zone 32 and zone 33, or MENA of West, Mid and East Belt. Now if you flash this now, you will see that it is at the 6 degree here. You can see. So I am going to click on here, here add point. This is 6. Then I'll click here. Now to make it across each other, I can decide to add after 6. This is 6 here. This is what you have here is 3. I can decide to add 9. If I flash 9, do you see where 9 is located? The center, I can choose to add the point. Then after 9, I can choose to add 18, because my interest is to design it in such a way that I can have something across it here. But the 18 probably is far. Let me add 12 again. So I'm going to add 12, and then this is it. Then this is, now I've divided it into 3. You can see this, have divided it here. Then after this, we also have, this is in degrees is 12. So if I change this into 12 and flash it again, you see now it have divided into this. Then I'll add a point. This is it here. Then I'm going to put 15, which is going to be somewhere around here, and then I'll add the point 15. Then I'm going to put another one down here, which is the same continuous. If I put 6 or 3, and then it is also going to be here. This is it here. So I've divided it into based on how Nigeria is divided into zone 31, 32 and 33. Now once this is done, I can close this up. The next thing I need to do here is to right click on this. To edit this particular layer, I'm going to edit tools here and say start editing. That is going to come up here, and when I say start editing, you see the way it is edited. Now I go back to this place. I have thought about the selection tools. You can select this by using rectangle and select all, but the problem you are going to have is that if you select part of this point, it is going to tell you it is not in editable layer. So in this case, I didn't select part of the point, so I can go ahead, then click on cut tools here, editor, cut polygon tools. You see now it is telling me that the selection contain one or more that are not editable. The reason is one of these points have been selected. Now to stop all this, I'm going to clear selection, right click here, go to selection and select all. It's not going to tell me that because I didn't select any of the points. Now click on this, and see now there is no problem with this. Put it at the center of this man here. You can see the center here is snapping up there. Click there, take it down here to the end of it this way, double here, down here, and I will now double click there. It will divide it. See what is going to happen? It is dividing it into that parts now. So it will divide it along this line. See, it has been divided. Then I will go to it again, right click there, go to selection, and then say select all, because I don't want it to select this or any of this point I'm used to have issue with. Now I will still go down to the beginning here, put it at the center of this point here. You can see up here. Then click, go down here, and then I will double click on it, and then it will divide, split this one into the same part as you can see here. So it have divided it into this part. Now the next thing I'm going to do, this is edit tools, and this is done. So I can now clear selection. I can turn off this layer and then use this to select all the layer. No, sorry, I can turn this off, and then I can select stop editing, and then I will save yes to save it. Now this is done. Then I will now go to this particular, this I can decide to delete all these points. Now I don't need it again because I've used it to achieve what I want to achieve, I can delete it. Now this is the layer I am working on, which you can see is divided into 3. Now this is not divided because I didn't do anything with it, so I just save new layer. So if you turn on this, you have this now. Now what I'm going to do is that this is zone 1, zone 2, 33. Now this is zone 32 or male belt, or this is zone 31 and this is zone 33. So I need to make them look differently. So I go down to open attribute information. Here you can study this thing very well. Then we have talked about it a bit. I'm going to add a new field, and the new field I'm going to add is, I'm going to type it as zone, as you see here. Then it is going to be a short integer, no problem. I'm going to click here and add, and that field is going to be added here. The next thing I'm going to do is that if you anything you select, like we have talked about, you will see it's being selected here. You see this here. Go to this selection, you click on this and select it like this. Automatically whatever that is selected that within this circle or distance will be here. Now you see, anyone that is horizontally selected is affected. Now that is the one that is selected here. Now what you need to do is go to zone, right click, go to field calculator. This is in zone 32. As we all know, we now press 32 here and click OK. It will be completed like this, and then that will go into zone 32 once it's done. Now the next thing is you go to this other side. You can also do the same thing, selecting like this. This other side is selected. You right click here, you see the horizontal part is also have been selected. You right click here and go to field calculator and click yes, and then type it 33 because it's in zone UTM zone 33. You click here and it will be calculated. Now you go down to the right hand side of it, which is this one, and select down a bit to this, and then you see now this part of the distance is selected. I can hold shift, select it, it is unselected, select this, is unselected, so it's remaining the one by this side. I will right click like this and then go down here, go to field calculator, click yes, and then change this thing to zone 31. You see here, and then click OK, and then it will come up like this, and then it is completed. So now this is in zone 31, zone 32, zone 33. I'm going to close up this. You see up here. Now if I clear selection, go to the layer, right click here or double click, any of the two work. If on this particular layer we're working on, if you right click, go to property, or if you double click on it, it will take you to property. Now when you go to property, it's taking a bit time, so you go to property. A lot of things is running on my system. Now go to symbology tab here, go to category here. Now remember you created a zone, open up here and go to zone which you created as new. Now you go to add all value, click here. You have 0, zone 31, zone 32, zone 33. I made a mistake maybe when in entering. So you see now automatically this belongs to zone 31. You see here zone 32. You see here zone 33. I made a mistake on putting this zone 33. So how do I correct the mistake? Now I select here. This is side is selected. Go to the attribute information and change it from 32 that I mistakenly enter into 33. So I'm going here, right click here, go to field calculator, click yes, and then change this thing to 33. And then click OK. That will automatically fix that particular issue on the color. So once it finished the calculation, so it should be able to give me zone 33. As you can see here, let me go down to what just happened. Let me go back to here, go to the properties, and still go down to the symbology tab. I can just see remove all and add all back. This is zone 31, zone 32, zone 33, and that problem is completely solved. So I can clear selection. Now what is happening here where you have 0, 0, 0 is part of the place that I didn't select. Now to fix this issue, you see here this is 0, 0, 0. So I will go close here, holding shift, select this, go down here, the same thing, holding shift, select this, go here, holding shift, zoom close to this place. While I'm holding shift, select here, go down here, hold shift, here close to this place, select here, then still scroll out to check any other one that I might be omitting. You see here, this is cleared here except this one down here. Then check under this one, everything is cleared. The same thing principle I use. Go here, go to this. Now you would have actually been using your hand to edit and type it, but because of the field calculator, there is no need you doing that. You go here, what the one we are looking at supposed to be in zone 32, so you enter the 32 and click OK, and it will do the computation as it is going. Once it is done, it will put it into that layer. Now it is remaining this part here. Why? Because this is a topology issue, because this part is also contained inside this part. You can see here, this part is contained inside, because this is delta state and this is delta state, but it's an island, is existing alone. See the same thing that happened here. This is Edo state or so. No, is this Edo state? This is delta state here. Yeah, this is delta state, this is Bayelsa. So this, the delta state is entering here, but it holds this part, and that is why it is crossing here. There are several things you can do to fix this. Some of the things I'm going to, since we are talking about this, there are several ways we can do it to get it fast done. But let me use one method, that is manual method. Now the manual method is that I can decide to cut this. I'll go close to this. You can see here, up here, you see it up here. I can decide to use these tools to cut it up here like this. Now when I cut it up, it has been cut, you have it cut off completely. So I will select this to know which group does it belong, and I see that I have overcome this particular problem on this. This is not selected again, but this particular part, small part here, is selected. Like I said, this is manual method. When we'll be going on with more editing, you will understand the different way we can get this done. But this is the small thing here that is here. To get this rid of, I can click on this, which is edit vertices, and then it will bring me this. Then I'll click on the minus size here and select it, and it will go. And I will click on this one, select the remaining part here, because I need to put it back. Click on it, click on edit vertices here, click on add a point here, drag this thing, and when it snap here, I'll drop it, and that problem is solved for delta state completely. Then I can now say, like up here, come here and say save edit. Now once edit is saved, the next thing I need to do is go down here, select this part of delta state that is remaining, hold shift, select the part of delta state that is okay, go to editor, go to merge, and then merge it together here. This problem is solved. Then click somewhere here. Now Bayelsa is still proving stubborn that same way. You can still do the same thing we did in Bayelsa here by still zooming close to here and click on this, and then cut it across like this, and that is supposed to cut off. Now holding this, know which part is remaining a bit. So you click on this, you see that this is the bigger side is what is remaining. So it means it is the opposite of what we're supposed to do. So in here, you can do the same thing up here. So to get this the same thing done, you can decide also to come here, click on this, and then decide, probably since this part is the same thing, you can click on this part here, and then that is cut off. So like I say, this is just a manual way of getting one or two things done up like this. So if you select this, this is selected here, but the this is also inside here. So let me go down somewhere here and click on this, and then take it out like this. So let me go back a bit. So I will show us more better method while we progress. This is also having the same issue. So I can decide to make it like, I can copy it if I want to, and then re-edit it. But the goal, like I'm trying to say, is that to make sure that this word is here, I can decide to split it in many ways like this. Now I will still go here to select this to see where this partner is no more part of it. So I can also go here, this is also selected, go into here, double click here, and that is also created. Click on this, click on this. This part now does not belongs to this part again, but this other part here is belonging to it. I can still go here, click on this, click this, split it, then it is remaining small a bit. Select this again, you see this part. Now come up here, this part is belonging to this main part now, so I can decide to, for example, you see this, I can hold shift, select this, select this, select, I'm holding shift, select this small one, select this part, and then click on this and say merge, and then merge it up like this. Now this is done by, normally this is done. So you go down here, if you go down here to one that have 0 as it is, you can go here, open it up here, like me, that there is still issue there, but for the sake of what we are doing, I can remove all and add back. It is still have the 0 is only having one edit. I can decide to remove 0 and complete this up here. Now this is how this is done. You can change this color to any other color of your choice, like those who have eyes for color, and this is done. Now you right click on the zone, Nigerian zones, go down here, that is a tab part, and then click on label tab, click on the name. Nigeria is name 1. Click here to label it. I can select this because me, I like using size 14 on this type of thing, bold, and click apply. Now like I said, let it not have many other features. See this here, you have Edo here, go to here, properties, and say remove duplicate label, and then click on this. When the duplicate label is up here, you now click on this. It only have one label per fact. Then you can also put it label straight here, and click OK. So once this is done, the other problem is solved. You switch back to this layer, and then right click on this and say zoom to property. Now this comes in here. Remember, why my own is having too much distance, my own is having much, so I have to graphical and grid. So you can come here, and then in your this thing which you have done in intervals, change this thing from 040 to 0, like I'm going to change this thing to 0, like I'm going to change. Come back here, put 3 and put 3, and then click OK and click OK, and then it will form a perfect Nigerian map for you. You write the name of it, and then go down here like you see it. Make sure it is like my own. Why I'm saying that it should be like my own is because I just want you to follow what I did. So this part is the part which we call just putting it look what it's supposed to be. Go to symbology tab here, come here and type it UTM, like the way UTM zone 31 not, because that is where we are. So you put it UTM zone 31 not. You can do Ctrl A, copy, go to this, and then paste it here. Go to this and then paste it. Change this thing to 32. Change this thing to 33, and then click OK. So once this is done, you can now put it up here, and then right click, zoom to whatever it is, click on file, click on export, then save it in the folder of your choice with your name, the name you want to put it up. Like put everything you need to put it up, save it with the name that you want to put it up, and like as it is here, if I want to save it, I can click on home and it take me to the folder. I will save. I always say save for me in PNG and also save for me in PDF. The reason is if somebody need a picture, he can get it from any of the two. Save it for this, save it for PNG in your map folder, and then make it the resolution to be 300 dot per inch so that you have a good resolution. Then bring it up here. Then once you are done, save it here. If it is PDF, change it to PDF, save it with the name here. Once you are done, return back to the folder like I said, come up here, click on here, click on upload file, that is file upload, browse to wherever you put it up there, and then wherever you put it up, if it is in that folder you put it, you know where you put it. If it is a map, put it in a map, select it like this and click open. It will upload. Once upload, I will see it and I will be able to go through it. So this is how to achieve the UTM zones in zone 31, 32 and 33. Is there any problem? So you can now make your adjustment, like you see my own here. You now go up here and then you can adjust it to what it's supposed to be. Put your scale like we have explained this before, the way we have explained it. Put your scale, put your title. Well, this is not the title you're supposed to have, so you're supposed to have UTM zones of Nigeria or whatever you need to put it. But remember our previous class, that's just the way we do it. So this is where I am going to stop, and this is how you can achieve this particular map. Is that okay?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
All